The Yamaha NMAX is receiving an update including an internal Yamaha upgrade. But what does this mean, and will it retain its lively characteristics for 2025? You'll find out in this video. And with that, welcome to 1000 PS TV and welcome to Barcelona, where we had the opportunity to test the new Yamaha NMAX. This model is truly a global model from Yamaha and an incredibly important one. Just to put it in perspective, 1 in 4 Yamaha scooters sold is an NMAX. It is sold in over 60 countries with more than 160,000 units sold since its first generation in 2015. Here we have the 3rd generation. And as I mentioned earlier, it has received an internal Yamaha update. What does that mean? When we look at Yamaha scooters, there are 2 categories. There's the urban mobility line, which includes all the entry-level scooters for the city, generally budget-friendly. Then there are the sports scooters, which include the MAX models such as the X-MAX and T-MAX. Until now, the NMAX was considered part of urban mobility, an affordable entry-level option. And honestly, over the years, it has looked inexpensive, almost cheap, I dare say. So I wasn't a big fan anymore. But that's changing with the 2025 model. The scooter is becoming a real part of the MAX family, and this is reflected in its new styling. This is one of the key points of the new NMAX for 2025, the design. Looking at the front, it's very steeply styled with a new LED element in the center. There are LED position lights in the middle, 2 headlight elements, low beam at the bottom and high beam at the top, and integrated LED indicators on the sides. This creates a truly modern statement while maintaining the signature NMAX look, albeit now more modern and sporty. Moving further back, you'll find the typical MAX design element, the so-called boomerang. This is the trim piece that visually connects the line from the front wheel to the rear wheel. Every MAX scooter from Yamaha has it, and now so does the NMAX. Designed here in robust plastic, this element also helps protect the paint from scratches. Moving further back, honestly, this is the highlight of this scooter for me. At the rear, we have new vertical LED lights along with integrated LED indicators, which are separate elements. I think the rear design is very European, but also very modern and sporty, fitting perfectly within Yamaha's image. Moreover, I feel it aligns well with the modern perception of scooters. In 2025, with more and more manufacturers entering the market, standing out becomes crucial. And I believe Yamaha has succeeded purely from a design perspective. When I sit on it, the seat height is 770 millimeters. We're currently on the main stand, but at one point, 75 meters tall, I have no trouble securely reaching the ground. Above all, the scooter is very lightweight. Fully fueled, it weighs just 132 kilograms. This means you can almost tilt it over and lift it back up effortlessly while stationary. It handles this aspect excellently. The NMAX is also very popular with delivery services, meaning it's favored by riders who may not necessarily be dedicated motorcyclists, but simply need a functional vehicle. The same can be applied to beginners, making it a great choice for people with a B111 or B196 license, which are car license extensions. When I take the riding position, I notice I have a large footboard in front of me. My shoe size is 43, and I can comfortably move my foot on this horizontal section. Additionally, there are forward footboards, which have been made slightly larger for 2025. There's ample room to move, meaning I can choose a very flexible seating position when riding the NMAX. One thing I'd like to mention, especially for taller riders, is to test this out during a test ride and see how it feels when turning the handlebars fully. For me, it just works with my legs. I don't have particularly long ones, but the brake lever does lightly touch my leg. Riders with longer legs might find themselves getting in the way during full turns. Definitely test this out while riding. Looking forward, I see the new handlebar unit of the NMAX 125, though new is only partially true. The controls have largely been carried over from the previous model. However, there is a new menu button and an empty slot on the standard model, where additional controls would be placed on the top-tier model, the TechMax. What distinguishes the TechMax? Firstly, the paintwork, and secondly, a more premium seat. But the main feature of the TechMax is the TFT display in the center, which unfortunately we don't have here. Unfortunately, Yamaha hasn't been able to provide enough units yet, so we're testing the standard model. This standard version features an LC display in front of me, which is relatively classic and well placed. In my opinion, it could be a bit brighter, and that's a small critique I have of the scooter. It's sufficient, but today we were riding under cloudy conditions. I wonder how it would perform in direct sunlight, as I suspect the readability might not be as good. I also wasn't entirely satisfied with the rear view mirrors, especially when navigating through city traffic, as we see right now. With vehicles approaching from behind, the mirrors feel too small to me. Additionally, they're positioned too far inward on the scooter. While this makes the scooter very slim and convenient for filtering through traffic, I end up seeing a lot of my arms and shoulders in the mirrors. I think this could be better designed. Finally, a key aspect of any scooter is, of course, storage space. As you can see, we have a sporty scooter here, meaning there's a high step-through area. Underneath that lies the frame, so you can't place shopping bags there. Regarding the storage space under the seat, you can see that my HJC i20 helmet fits in there. A full face helmet also fits, but it can't have any spoilers or similar features. It needs to be a traditional helmet shape. I'd recommend bringing your helmet along for the test ride to check if it fits. For me, it worked, and I even had some extra space for small items. During the day, I also managed to fit my backpack in there. It's not the largest storage space in its class, but I think you can manage if you adjust to it. Plus, Yamaha's accessory range offers additional options, including 2 different sizes of top cases. That means you can manage quite well. Additionally, on the left side, there's an open storage compartment with USB-C ports, while on the right side, there's a closed storage compartment. However, there's no charging port in the closed compartment, and it doesn't lock when you lock the scooter. This means you shouldn't leave anything valuable like a wallet in there when leaving the scooter unattended. So much for the features and specs of the scooter. Let's talk a bit about the riding experience. We were riding around Barcelona today, and it's clear that the NMAX is at home in the city. This was evident right away. We started our day with photo stops and then continued through the city onto the urban highway during rush hour. The NMAX demonstrated what it's always been known for, its incredibly high agility. The scooter is very nimble. It has 13-inch tires, both front and rear, equipped with Dunlop Scoot Smart tires. A truly great scooter tire that I also use personally. It was a lot of fun weaving the scooter through traffic. The handlebars are positioned nice and low, giving me a very commanding seating position. I can guide the scooter beautifully beneath me. Thanks to its slim build and lightweight, I can place it very precisely and effortlessly. When you stop at a traffic light, there's a start-stop system installed. You can switch it off if you prefer. Personally, I didn't have an issue with it. Of course, there's the question of whether it truly lowers fuel consumption or if it's more about creating a bit of calm at the lights. But I can confirm that when you stop and then start again, the engine responds instantly. Power is available immediately, and everything works seamlessly. Speaking of the engine, the NMAX is powered by Yamaha's well-known ESP plus single-cylinder engine. This single-cylinder engine features variable valve timing and produces 12.2 horsepower and 11.2 Newton-meters of torque. Yamaha claims a top speed of 99 kilometers per hour, but on the urban highway, we easily hit 100 kilometers per hour on a straight stretch. This engine is genuinely a delightful companion. I was once again surprised by how enjoyable it is to ride. For a 125 cubic centimeter engine, it performs really well. Up to 80 kilometers per hour, which is typically the speed you need in urban settings, it accelerates briskly. This means you're never a traffic obstacle, and at traffic lights, you'll easily outpace everyone else. After finishing the urban portion of our ride, we headed out to the countryside. Yesterday during the briefing, we were told that roughly 20% of the ride would be in the city and 80% on rural roads, which sounded odd to me. After all, when I think of a city scooter, I assume it will mostly be used in the city. Well, that's start and stop traffic for you. Traffic lights aren't particularly exciting, so we ventured out into the outskirts of Barcelona on some truly beautiful routes. This gave the NMAX a chance to show that it even has a touch of sportiness in it. Of course, the high frame provides a lot of stability right off the bat, but the brakes and suspension also performed impressively. We've got 230mm discs at both the front and rear, each equipped with ABS. Additionally, for extra safety, there's even traction control on board. Yamaha has also made some slight improvements to the suspension. The front fork has been slightly optimized and the rear shock absorber has gained 5mm of extra travel, making the scooter more comfortable. Out on the countryside roads, classic routes where we often shoot, it worked brilliantly. The NMAX gives me excellent feedback when braking. I can modulate it beautifully. It's not overwhelming, but offers plenty of bite. The suspension is also very stable, and paired with these high-quality tires, the scooter handles curves very well. Naturally, if you want to ride faster, you need to maintain momentum. After all, it's still just a 125cc scooter, but it performed admirably. So if I were a delivery rider operating in the city, but needed to take a pizza delivery out to the countryside, I'd take the scenic route because the NMAX can handle it. This isn't a cheap scooter designed solely for city use. It has genuine everyday capabilities. And you notice those everyday capabilities even at the gas station. Yamaha claims a fuel consumption of 2.2 liters per 100 kilometers. Of course, with our riding style today, which included a lot of full throttle use, we were closer to 2.5 to 2.9 liters. But I think if you ride it normally in everyday conditions, a realistic consumption of around 2.2 liters is achievable. So it's practical for daily use. The NMAX has once again proven to be a fantastic scooter, well deserving of its high sales figures. At the beginning, I wondered whether it still retained its lively characteristics for 2024. Even though it's been internally upgraded within Yamaha, I have to say, yes, it's a truly excellent scooter for this class. Additionally, it's competitively priced. Unfortunately, I only have the Austrian prices so far. For the standard NMAX, the price is 3,599 euros. The Tech Max with the TFT display is priced at 3,899 euros. This positions it very competitively in the market. Above all, it's a truly beautiful scooter, well designed, with the right updates in the right places. Most importantly, Yamaha has successfully eliminated the slightly outdated and cheap feeling the NMAX previously had. This is truly a high-quality scooter from Yamaha for the 125 cubic centimeter class. Ultimately, I only noticed 3 weaknesses: the brightness of the display, the placement of the mirrors, and the potential lack of legroom. But beyond that, it's a fantastic scooter at a great price. It really impressed me here in Barcelona, and I believe it will continue to be a real bestseller for Yamaha, delighting customers worldwide. To wrap things up, all that's left for me to say is thank you for watching, and of course, to ask you what you think of the NMAX. What you think of its new look? Do you like that it's become a bit more aggressive? Or do you miss the softer, more charming design of the old NMAX? Let us know in the comments. Also, if you have experience with the previous model, share that too. Yamaha knows that this is a vehicle people simply use. Maintenance doesn't matter much. It just has to deliver performance at full throttle. I'd be really interested to hear if you've had similar experiences with the NMAX. So share your thoughts in the comments as well. And with that, we'll see you in the next video. Thank you for your attention and see you soon. Bye and take care.